Yeah, because I
Okay,
oh,
here we
and
go.
I looked for a webcam, but I couldn't find it. So
Okay.
yeah,
Hey, no sweat, man.
cool.
All is well. In
Uh,
fact, actually, it would be
yeah,
great to review to see what you've done um, in terms of the you know um, you said you did some of the chord progressions and tried to apply
yeah. It was
some
just
of this stuff.
a last minute kind of thing,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the lessons that we did. I dropped the root note down, um,
Yeah.
and I'll show you on
Sure.
the
Yeah. Perfect.
yeah.
Let's go for it. So what I'll do is I'm going to do a stop sharesies,
I'll go share screen, right?
and then I'm going to now go into. I wish there was a better way to do this, but I know it looked like there was one. I'm making you the host now.
Okay, host with the most.
Hey man, I'm going to change host. You're the host.
Okay,
You are the host, man.
the host.
Yeah. So this is good. I would like to see how Oh man,
Okay,
there's so much I want to
it's
cram into these.
it's nothing crazy.
Okay.
It's just so I just went in the C scale of C,
Okay. Yeah. I
and
see an A. What's
on
the
that
chord progression? I
the
see an A
chord
minor.
progression I did 4 and 5. So on that chord chart that you gave me,
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. So you combined them.
yeah. So I think
Okay.
it was a 6. Here, let
Yeah.
me double check my phone here.
6 3 5 3
No, it was a
6 3.
4 and 5. So it was a 6 1 4 1 6, or sorry, 4 6 5 5.
Okay.
So
Let me jot some stuff down because I want to be clear. I want to do one sec. I thought I had my little pencil. What do I do? Where's like one sec? One sec.
ah,
All right. I'm not gonna have a pencil, but I got a pen. So the the chord progression on
so
the
it's a 6. It was a 6,
so which number out of the 10?
4 and 5.
4 and 5. Okay, so the number 4 is the 6 1 4 1,
Yeah,
and then you're doing number 5. This is 4 6 5 5.
yeah.
Okay, four
So what I did is I
six.
duplicated the root note,
Okay,
dropped that an octave down,
okay.
and then I took the root note of um, the two first ones, the 1 and the 1.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I brought those up. So that would have been
Is
the
that all
C.
the notes? There's nothing higher than that C5. Nothing higher?
No,
Okay,
the
okay.
no,
Okay,
that's the
gotcha.
only
Okay,
notes.
good. No, good. I just
Yeah.
wanted to.
So I
Oh, that's lowered. So that's
so I
what I was
brought in the
missing, the lower
second.
notes. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So in the second column, I brought the
Nice.
root
You
notes up,
inverted
C and
the
C.
C, right? So
Yeah,
you got an
because those were the
E.
only ones that looked like they fell out of line. And then I took the sandwich, all the middle notes from
Yeah,
all the chords, and I brought those up. So
perfect. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I noticed. So you created open voicings. Perfect.
yeah, yeah. I forgot to
Can we have a
mention.
listen? I would be love to just have a quick listen, and then I want to
Yeah, sure.
check it.
It was just basic. Like,
Yeah, yeah, no, that's cool. Oh, I'm not hearing anything yet. So we got to
oh no. Okay,
do the thing.
I did the sharing.
So
Um,
then, additionally,
oh
um,
yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot.
um, it
Yeah,
could be
preferences.
the um
Yeah,
the driver
I'm
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
I can't. I
I
just
remember, dude. I remember. Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome, man.
Uh,
It's wild to be able to do this. It's so cool. Though. Just got. I hope it can streamline it more.
uh,
Nice.
I think it was like uh, Focusrite Wave. Yeah. Try this.
Nope.
No.
Oh, now it's there. It's just
You mean
delayed. It was just massive delay. That's all.
okay? So
Okay.
so
Cool. I'm hearing it the delay, but I got it.
okay. So yeah, it's just very basic, right?
I see. Okay. Okay. Well, dude. Okay, great. So just as a quick dude, it's awesome. So you got a smoother top line, you opened it up. So
Yeah.
you drew them in root position, you brought the roots down, you did nearest inversion, and then you popped up those middle notes up an octave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, just nice and easy.
Yeah, dude. Okay, great.
No problem.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm want to see. So just practicing that and feeling like comfortable with that. So this is the open voicing. So today we're gonna learn how to make. Okay, we're gonna open it up so there's a larger spread. Then we're gonna thicken it up. Okay, we're gonna make it fat and huge and lush and delicious.
So so we're gonna take whatever's here and feed it some chitlins, get it fat.
Yeah, we're just feeding some chitlins.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, just none of these,
Okay.
no crickets. Is that the chitlins?
No, I'm not eating. No, chitlins is like pig's feet, I think.
Mm, okay, I
They
now I'm
step on
learning. You're
they,
teaching me.
they step on the crickets.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, no, that's just thanks, man. Thanks for showing me. I think what I have to do now in order to take her back. I gotta. Oh yeah, I gotta do one of these. Okay, 1 second. Thank you, man. That's awesome that you put some practice into that. That's
Yeah, it
what
was kind of a last minute thing, but
I got you. You're busy. I know you're renovating that place and stuff, right? So it's probably pretty busy.
yeah.
Plus, I heard your tune. I heard that tune that you did,
Oh yeah.
the
How'd you
transcendental.
how
Um,
how'd you like that one?
it was great, man. It was cool.
Awesome, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
super
dude.
fun, man. It was like
Actually,
totally
I did that one last year. I just did a little touching up to it, like a
oh
little
yeah.
touching up now. Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Well, this
yeah.
is there's a lot of cool stuff going on in there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I should I probably should have taken some notes, but I didn't think to like do that for this. But what I want to do is okay, you have achieved level 2 Triad Wizard Apprentice level. Okay, you are now we're moving into level 3. Here we are. Are you ready to dive in, Mr. Sir?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is it. I mean, like, there's going to be some repetition for anchoring in the beginning, the process. It's just you got your workflow going. Then I'm going to be adding new stuff. Are you ready for another red pill?
Oh yeah.
I know kung fu. Oh, it says
Uh
level 2 there. You son on the beach. That should say level 3. You so and so.
uh-huh.
Yeah, here it is. It's like I didn't change it everywhere. I guess I missed that one. So today, for Triad Master System, you're gonna learn how to master, how to create smoother harmonic movement in the top line. Of course, we're gonna keep like mastering that skill, but how to produce huge, fat, epic sounding chord progressions. They're still gonna be triadic, but there's gonna be a couple new additions. The first like 5 things are gonna be essentially exactly the same. Okay, is what we covered last lesson, but we're adding in some new techniques. Number 6, 7, and 8. Okay.
Okay.
So, but I want us to walk through this process. And so I want to just dive in, man. Like, step 1, we got to choose one of these chord progressions. And so for me, I was torn. I chose number 8. The reason why, well, this 6-2-5-1, it's the harmony moves in perfect fifths. So you've heard of the circled fifths before, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it. That's more for playing, right? For
Well,
playing.
it's just it's everything. It's just like it the math of music, like harmony, it depends on which direction we're going in the circle. If we're going to the in clockwise,
Mm-hmm.
it's fifth. is moving upwards in fifths, or if we go counterclockwise, we're moving downwards. Because if you invert the fifths, you get the fourths. 5 + 4 is 9. Remember, right?
Okay.
So if we're moving backwards, like a counterclockwise from C to F to B flat, E flat, right? Those are going to be imperfect fourths. So some people call it the circle of fourths. Some people call it the circle of fifths. They're kind of one and the same. Depends which direction you're going, up, down, whatever. But this particular, the 6 in the, say, the key of C is A, and then the 2 is D, the 5 is G, and the 1 is C. So A, D, G, C. And so we're that.
I don't know if I'm following. Okay, the C is the 1, no?
Yeah.
Oh, and the G
is 5.
Oh, it's a 5. Okay.
And if we go move up another perfect fifth, we get to D, which happens to be the second scale degree of the key of C.
Oh, so every scale up is 5 up.
Yeah, so these, like this circle C, G, D, A, they're all going up perfect fifths.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I was trying to share earlier. So then, and if we go backwards, if we go counterclockwise, C to F is, perfect fourth going downwards. And from F to B, to B flat. But if we went from B flat to F and F to C, those are all perfect fifths going up.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like you're going to hear this, and each one of these, and on the inside of this wheel has the relative minor for each key. We're going to cover that next lesson. Okay. But I'm just kind of like planting seeds.
Perfect.
Take the call.
Yeah,
take the call, man.
Yeah, thanks. Hello? Hey, man, it's Trey. Yeah.
Nice. You all set? You good? Things okay?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Okay.
They might have another offer on it, so no big deal. There's always something else.
I got you, brother. So, yeah, man. Well, I hope that comes together for you, man. I think that's good to have it as something to move around and hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like number 8, 6, 2, 5, 1, all moving in fifths. Just a quick illustration. We'll dive into the circle fifths later, but I just kind of wanted a fun, more visual sort of infographic. This is great. It shows all the key signatures, and we're going to get into that 100%. Okay. So, but for now, we're going to dive into the process, which was we got a 6, 2, 5, 1, right? So first chord, number 6, we go down to 6. We'll go, okay. We can either go up all the way to the 6 scale degrees, count 6, or up 9 half steps in the blue, right? The producer code, or we can simply just go down from 1 being the C note, which is producer code 0. We can go down a minor third, which is down 3 half steps, right? So, and that's like we get our A minor, just our root position. The next chord is the 2. From C, it's up 2 half steps. You get your D minor chord, and you build a minor triad off that, and you got the codes. G up perfect fifth, which happens to be 7 in the root, and then C, of course, is right there. So this is it. This is just sort of like the nuts and bolts, the basics. I'm gonna go and just build it right now, and we got all of our intervals. Of course, we got our codes 0, 3, 7 for the root minor third perfect fifth for 8 minor. We got our 0, 3, 7 again, for our minor 2 minor chord, and our 5. But I'm gonna jive over to my DAW. One sec here. I'm just gonna go back into my. So I got a sound here. Let's just check this out. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
It's like an omnisphere patch.
Meditation music, eh?
Right? Yeah. Do you have omnisphere?
No.
Oh, this is sick.
This is so who does Omnisphere?
Spectrasonics. Okay. This is one of the most epic synths you could ever imagine. Everything 80s stuff, super high end shit. I mean, like the kind, it's insane.
How much How much was it? Do you remember?
You know what? This was actually a gift from one of my friends. She let me license it. She gave
Oh,
me a
wow.
second licensing. So I
Oh,
never
wow.
made this. I've never done that with any other piece of software,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. It's fairly expensive, probably like $600-700,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
something for this. It's like it's sick though. Like
Yeah.
it's
I
just
mean,
like I just found something. I thought something different than a piano sound. If you want, I'm happy to just change back to a piano sound. You know?
yeah. No, I'm actually kind of liking the other one. Here, let's try that.
Great. So what we're doing here, man, is this is our root positions, right?
Hmm.
So if you want, I could spend all that time drawing them in if you really want me to count them in, but I think is that too rudimentary?
Um,
Or do you want me to go through that process?
like, sorry, what do you mean? Drawing them in?
Like just say like scrap all this and
Yeah.
just draw it, go through the process.
No, 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 no. That's okay.
Are you okay with
Yeah,
this?
let's go
Yeah.
from here.
Okay.
So we're dealing with the 6, the 2.
Yeah.
What was the other ones?
The 5
Yeah.
and the 1. 6,
Okay.
2, 5, 1. So we got A minor,
Yeah.
and then we got D minor,
Okay.
which is the 2 minor. Then we got the 5 chord, which is G major, and then the 1 chord, which is C major.
Okay.
So this is just root position. This is what it sounds like. I got a little loop beat down below.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Actually, this is a really nice sound. I really like that.
I'm digging it kind of, right? So what's great about this is like, as you can see here, there's some higher notes, right? We're gonna want to maybe invert those chords so there's a smoother top line, right?
Hmm.
And like we did in the back, I wish like I'm gonna bring this thing down here because it's killing me. So I'm gonna do this, just zip back over to my slide here. And we just did that. We created them in root position. Step 3 is now nearest inversions. So what we want to do is we want to notice those top notes. We want to bring them each down an octave, right? So those higher notes, yep, just wanted to create that,
Oh, so this is like a D
that's the,
inversion, like going the opposite way.
yeah, right now, just like right now, like this step 3 is we want to make these triads in nearest inversion. So we're just kind of looking at which notes pop out. We want to like go, okay, I noticed that this, the perfect fifth of the D minor, that A note,
Yeah.
is a jump up there, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I want to move that down an octave. So I'm gonna invert that D minor triad
Right.
so that it's a smoother it's like the nearest inversion, because that's not the nearest inversion from A minor to go to D minor, like A minor root position jumping up to D minor root position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just highlighting that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take that.
So yeah, instead of bringing the 6th, like the first chord up, we're gonna just try bringing the other ones down instead.
Yeah, like of course we could have done that, right?
Yeah,
Like I could have
right.
went, hey, actually that root, yeah, screw it. Let's bring the root up and on. In fact, then yeah, no, 100%. I'm not. There's so many ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so for me, I just chose this particular path, keep it A minor in root position, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, all right, let's see, let's try to move these other ones, right? If
Okay.
everything was in root position, how could I just smoothen out that transition of each triad in nearest inversion? So I thought I'm gonna like bring that top note down, that perfect fifth of the D minor down. And I'm going to do the same with the C, the last chord, the perfect fifth. I'm going to bring that also down an octave. That creates a smoother look. So if we look at that now, so we got that A is now down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That A, which was up octave, is now, that D minor is now in a second inversion. It's over the A. And now that C chord, see, look, this took forever, man. This takes like at least 10 hours to do one of these lessons with all the infographics. I'm not kidding, man. So I'm trying to make it look pro.
Wait,
But
like it took 10 hours to draw this in, is what you're saying?
yeah, to create all these slides and to do all the infographics and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Wow.
just
Yeah, it
takes.
looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to like up my game, but
Yeah.
it is it's enormous, right?
It looks really good.
Thanks, man.
You know what it looks like to me?
Like,
Well, bam!
well, bam! So you look at that. So now we've just successfully utilized a critically important triad wizard skill. So now that D minor is in, and the C are both in their what's called second inversion, which is over the perfect fifth, and it smoothens out the whole line. That smooth like butter, right? So now we're leveling up. Okay, so let's go back into our DAW and let's have a listen. This is like, now we want to move into, okay, this is what it looked like over here in root position. We bumped those ones down.
Yeah.
Right. And now if we want, we could just listen to the root position and we'll transition to the nearest inversions over here. Nice and smooth. Less jumping around, right?
Okay.
So the only difference for this next step is I'm just adding that low root note, right? That's all I've done over here. See that? I just added that lower root. No, that's the only difference between over here. That's the next step.
You added the original.
Yeah, like these root notes, these bottom notes.
Yeah.
Normally we did that in the beginning, just so it was less confusing. But anyhow, I just whatever. So we got our A minor, E minor chord. So I put a D down here, right, in a low register. We got a G. I just put a G down here, and then that C was up here, but we inverted that. So, anyways, I just put a lower C, so it just sounds, instead of like it was over here, it just needs that bottom end a little bit, you know. And this is just basic. This could even just be enough for what you're maybe wanting to do. It depends on the style. Like, what do you want to create, right? But like what we did last time is we also, when we were together last week or week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I don't even know how much time has passed. We wanted to pretend like that imaginary, as a triad wizard, you know, master keyboard wizard. You want to have that imaginary left hand, like what's your left hand doing, putting those lower chord tones down. You want to thicken that bottom register by doubling the roots, or perhaps adding in those perfect fifths, or even the octaves of those root notes.
All right.
Down.
I like that, by the way, when you're putting that picture in what the left hand is doing.
Yeah, right. Because both hands are being used, right?
Right, and that's something I never really thought of before. So that's really cool.
So it's like, because I know you're drawing them, right? So what's cool about the beauty of what's also amazing about if you're drawing the notes into the piano mini roll, you could draw the most enormous chord structures that would be absolutely fucking impossible for any keyboard wizard to play, right? So, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna explore that today. We're gonna build some massive chords that will be impossible,
right,
for me to play. But we'll draw it in. So that's what we did in step 4, was just added some lower notes. I only added the roots, but we could thicken it up. But that's one of the next stages. Okay. So the next piece is, well, that's what we did. Yeah. So we just took those root notes and added them down the octave. That's just what it looks like. So you could potentially add fifths. Sure, whatever. Right? But I want you to just notice here. Notice over here on the left-hand side, step 3, the nearest inversions, that second chord D minor is over the A, because the A is the lowest note now. Down, because we took that perfect fifth and rooted it down an octave low. So that's why the chord symbol says D minor over A.
Yeah.
And then similarly with the fourth chord, the C major, it's over its fifth, so it's the chord symbol would be C or G. But because on the right hand side I added those roots, the octave below, it's no longer over anything. So the chord symbol, like if I had put, instead of like, you know,
no, I understand, it's no longer
over, yeah, like it's technically upper, like on the upper structure there, it's in a nearest inversion.
It's just being technical. technical. Okay. I
Yeah,
get it.
like that's like just a technical thing for sure.
Yeah, I get it. That's cool.
Cool, nice. I just wanted to draw that distinction.
Yeah.
Totally fine to like, and you know what? Fuck, man. There's so much I want to cram into some of these lessons. It's like, ugh, where do I? So I'm just, but I want to be more systematic and more fundamental and progressive in my building.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is what we have already listened to this. So what we're going to do next. So it's like imagining, you know, your left hand's playing with the roots below. So you can notice that there's a large gap, right, between those.
I've been sitting on the left hand getting the sleeper ready.
Yeah, totally, right.
Yeah,
So you could
just bad jokes.
Yeah, right. So you could consider adding those roots because look at the size of that gap, right?
Okay.
So that would really fatten this up and thicken that out. When you look at, so
which oh, that's a perfect fifth, but which note would that be?
Yeah, that would be the E.
Oh, that'd be an E note.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see I added the little symbol, the E, right? The E too.
Okay.
So A, and you go up, you know, 7, right? Half steps or whatever. If that's how you find it, that's great. Just count it. But this one here, the D minor, it seems there's no big gap there. You don't really, it's just root and perfect fifth right there. It doesn't matter. It's all good. But same with G, right? When you look over at G, there's that gap there. So you could also add in the perfect fifth, the D there, and that would thicken up your voicings. Voicings are just another word for how you structure the chord.
Yeah,
you know,
thickens it up.
Yeah. So that's one thing you could consider. So if I was to like say switch back into, you know, a producer mode here, you look back here, see, notice that gap, right? Let's fatten these bad boys up, right? Yeah. So now that's going to sound a lot better. It
does
right?
better.
It does.
Can we hear the one before it just for 2 seconds?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean without the
the
last two thickening up.
You want me to take those fifths out?
Yeah, take the fifth out. Okay, maybe we can put the fifths back in now. And then let's hear that. Yeah.
It's subtle, but it's noticeable.
It's not even subtle. It is way fatter.
And so this is like part of the main focus of this is learning how to now thicken up all of what we're doing and make it sound way more lush, rich, epic, fucking fat, delicious, all that. So that's really the focus of this lesson is because you're consciously now creating, you know, which ones are major, which ones are minor. You got the codes for all that. You're now using nearest inversions. You got that skill set down. So you're smoothing out your lines. You're learning how to open up the chords, voicings. But now we're going to learn how to thicken it all up and you can make them all clusters. I mean, it's infinite, man. So I'm like, how do I approach infinity, right? You gotta just take a little piece, right?
That's awesome. Wait,
right?
So on that minor 6, that's a minor 6 chord, right? You're adding a fifth onto that?
Yeah, so like on this first chord that I just added because there was a gap there and I just felt like, you know, let's
you don't have to do it on like a fifth chord. You could do it on minor chords or anything, right?
Well, just any chord has like the roots and the fifths those are your power. That's your power.
Right. Okay.
And if you're like in the lower register, like as a keyboard player, your left hand's either just doing roots and perfect fifths, like stacked together, boom, just open roots and fifths, or just octaves, roots, octaves, and and perfect fifths. It's like it's just fattening. It's like holding down that fort down in that lower register, and then your right hand's usually playing different inversions and stuff on top. That's generally sort of how the mindset of a keyboard player. So I'm just sort of like mimicking that. It's like because you're not playing a keyboard, but you're like we're gonna like just custom create that experience as if you are, right? So I just try to like get you into the mindset of it, right?
Right.
If that makes sense, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
No, yeah, that it's awesome.
Cool, man. So this next piece, what we want to do now is we're going to start kind of like, we did this last time, which was like opening up the chord voicings, right? You know, by taking these middle notes, right? And we popping them up an octave, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that, you know, we're just going to do that real quick. And then we're going to, you know,
that was just called fattening it up.
Well, right.
It's called opening it up.
Yeah, but this one's like, we did that last week, you know, and you just showed me you did that in your homework, right? You did your root position triads, you went into nearest inversions, you added the lower notes, and then you just took those middle notes and you popped them up an octave to open up the voicings, right? So essentially that's what I'm just gonna do here. It's just like the same thing, but I'm gonna start branching out from here. Like I just wanted to kind of like anchor this in because you already know this.
No, smart.
So this is just but one of an infinite way. Okay, so many ways, but this is just like, I really like this like, if you want an open sound, it's up to you. You're the creator. Like maybe you really need to have that open sound, right? So let's have a look, right? So all I did here was just take all these middle notes and just bump them all up an octave. That was it.
Right.
So this is what it would sound like down here. Here, you know what I'm going to do is, because we had that, you know, those fifths here, I'm going to add that fifth back over here. It's just so we can.
Sounds good.
You know what I mean? So we can keep it kind of consistent.
Sounds
good. So let's go back to this one over here, and we'll just transition into this to hear the difference.
Okay.
This is more of a closed position. Everything's still closed. Now here we go. Open. Nice.
Very nice.
Great.
So actually sound even good back to back. Like
you
can have one
as a variation.
Yeah, variation. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
100%. So now we're going to kind of like branch into newer material. Okay. This was pretty much like review, just applying the process we did last week to a new chord progression. But now we're going to kind of extend our operations, just in case you were wondering what those were. La-di-da. So, I mean, I could spend probably an entire hour on just chord voicings. So a part of me almost wants to, you know what I mean? But right now here, I'm just going to be like, okay, great. One thing is that what we can consider doing is, see those top notes that we just already doubled? We just moved them up the octave. We had them in the middle down here, right?
Okay, yeah. Thanks for that reminder.
So that's those top notes were the ones that how we opened it up. We just moved those middle notes that were down in here up here. But what I want to do is I want to just bring them back down. I want to double them. I want to just like actually not have it open. I want to start to thicken it up. So all those notes that we had, it's just like essentially like, instead of like moving them up an octave, just doubling them up the octave. So it's like a bit more of a denser.
Yeah, chords. So keeping them in and then adding the same one on top.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the thing is here, like we added the fifth to thicken this out, right?
Right. And
we did the same over here. So this is kind of part of how we're going to start to explore thickening. There's a number of approaches, except now I'm going to.
This is pretty cool, man. I've never seen this kind of stuff before.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So cool. It takes forever to do all these animations and these pictures. For
sure, man.
Oh my God, man! I redid this. I don't know how many times. Son of a gun! But I'm trying to make it like visually making sense. And the alteration we're doing in this last chord is I'm gonna fatten it up even more and double that C note down here. I know I should have put the C and the G. I'll put those note names in this one. I do that in the future slides, but for some reason I didn't think to do it in this one. Silly willy daffodilly. But notice how I'm doubling the root and the perfect. There's the root here and the perfect fifth here, but I just doubled the fifth here, and I doubled the root again just to fatten up that last chord and make it more impactful. So not only have we opened this up with those top note voicings we did last step, we're doubling them back down in the initial octave they were in, right? So it's just like, look how many notes we're adding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like we're adding more notes, so we're starting to thicken this up. This is just one approach, so you can keep thickening this up until the cows come home. I'm going to show you a couple of approaches here. There's going to be multiple parts to step 6. Is that cool? Are you cool with that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Great. Let's have a quick listen. I like a comparative listen back in the dock. So we'll just go back here, and I'll add in another.
I was going to say this looks thicker than a strip joint next to a KFC.
I knew something was coming. I was waiting for a one-liner.
Sure.
This guy, even I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a listen here. This is how it was when it was just opened, and then we'll notice the difference. A little thicker.
Yeah.
A little more fuller in the midsection. Now look at this. Oh, that bottom end, it gets fatter. Notice we've doubled the root in the 5th twice.
Right.
Here's a root. Here's the 5th. Here's the root. Here's the 5th.
Yeah.
Here's the root again, and here's a 5th. Fuck. It's like a super power chord. Like that's like
you got anywhere from 5 to 7 notes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So if you start counting them, right? Exactly. So this is kind of what I wanted to. You're going
5, 6, 7 there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like it depends. Like you get to choose the kind of amplitude, the volume, the density, the openness, or maybe you want it more condensed. Maybe you want it thick. Maybe you just want it more spatial and open. It's all textural. Like, what do you want? You're the conductor. You're the wizard. What spell do you want to cast on your listeners, right? What kind of experience do you want them to have? And so, I'm going to take this a step further, and I'm probably going to modify some stuff here in custom in my lesson. So another approach, so thickening by doubling part 2. Instead, notice how this is what we started with here. Those, the roots, and then the nearest inversions are all in the green up here. We could just double the entire thing up an octave. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now let's just double every single note. And instead of just taking that middle note and putting it up an octave, take all 3 notes and stack them. Do you see what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's all I meant. Okay, so this is like, okay, right? We're just getting started. And then, of course, obviously those middle 5ths and stuff, because we want to keep those huge and fat. So let's go apply this to our chord progression. I haven't actually done. I'm gonna have to manually do this, so this is fun. This will be actually pretty easy. Let's have a comparative listen. So now what I got to do is I'm gonna bring my little keyboard over here, because I had already done stuff over there. I'm just gonna move that. I don't know what that is, but let's go over like this. I'm going to create another 4-block MIDI region here. And let's get that over here. You can just, all right, to 69. 69! All right. So essentially, I'm going to go borrow from, we had nearest inversions over here. And I'm going to take this. This is what we did. Those were just the nearest inversion chords, right?
Okay.
And then we're going to go over here, and we're just going to go plunk them in here. And so I want those roots down below, right? Right? And I want that 5th. And I want to do the same here. And the G. And I want that 5th. This needs to be a D, not a D sharp. And now we need the C's. So these are just, I'm just going to draw them. We need a...
the 5th is 7 semitones up, eh?
Yeah, so like what I...
remember that, because that's still not locked in my brain yet.
Okay, so like for this one, like I'm just dragging them down an octave for now. I'm just, with this. And...
Okay.
Do I want that one?
This is definitely cool. You can. There's no ending to this. Yeah.
There is none. So, but what I want to do is I'm going to take these notes, right? And I'm going to copy them, but I'm going to boot them up an octave, and then I'm just going to, just double them. It's full on, right? So we just took that whole voicing. It was just like, now there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know,
we might as well double them again, man.
Well, you could,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's like it could be just wall of sound. But so like if we go back here, like this is what we had with the open voicing over here. If we it was already thickened up a little bit, right? But now we're gonna go. Right?
Yeah,
it's getting huge.
Yeah, for sure.
And these are just triads, dude. There's just only 3 notes, and you're just slightly arranging them more consciously, smoothing out the inversions, doubling and thickening.
I'm gonna skip ahead. What's after triad?
Well,
I have a feeling it's some fifth stuff, right?
Well, you know what? You couldn't have. You're just so clever. I think you're awesome, man. So what's cool about this? Okay, also check this out. Another, you'll be able to remember this, right? I want to just do another before I move on. Sorry, is I want to so I just want to take these so you can take these bottom notes. So like essentially like these are all the nearest inversions, right? These top 3, right? Right? So we can have I wonder how it would be best to explain this. I want to put these all back into root position just for a second, because that's A, that's root position. So these are all root position triads. Okay. And but what I want you to do is I just want to double the top note. So essentially it's like you could just have a what's called a block voicing, where instead of 3 notes, just whatever the top note is or the bottom note is, you double it. Generally you double the top note, and it's just going to be like a block, 4 notes. Last time we doubled the entire 3-note structure in the nearest inversions. There's just a lot of different approaches here, right? So like never mind any of all this shit. Just like let's just like look at this.
So
this is our starting point.
This is the basic again.
Yeah, this is just root position. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to show you a thing like.
So that was a 6 to
5-1.
5-1. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So what I might do here is I might just bump this up an octave. Like let's try it like a slightly different, series of inversions, right? Right. A over C to D root position, G over B to C. Great. But now what I want to do is I want to like sandwich all these notes. I want to just double the top notes. So now these are a block. So if you have 3 notes, you put them into, nearest inversions, and then you just double the top note down below. So there's a block.
Okay.
Okay. And then we can add some roots. We want to, whatever. We want an A note. So that's like over down here.
I always thought you would only bring your top notes up, but that's cool.
Yeah, you can bring the top notes down. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many. I'm just trying to like, walk you through some different techniques for thickening and doubling. And so this is gonna
be so next level, the stuff.
Well, I know. That's why I can't wait to like for you to put yourself into any one of these chord progressions, just start applying it in a musical way. And we're not even done here. Okay, we're not even done. Okay, like we're it's just like, and I'm gonna get you to do this. I'm gonna walk you through it. So now we're just doing like You know, just gonna double some of this stuff up a little bit more. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Right. So now this is just the block voicings. We did near some versions. We just doubled the top note an octave below. That
sounded a little dissonant.
Yeah, it's because there was a 2 down there that wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, I see.
I accidentally left that one. No, but it works. It's just too low in the register. It's too muddy. Actually, so that sounds pretty good. And then we could just go, okay, well, I love all those top notes. Let's double those like an octave up, like right now. And then just, you know, we could do the same gosh darn thing, right?
Let's try it. Shit.
1 second. Let's go back to I need to, yeah, let's do this. Boom. And then I'm gonna, oh yeah, sorry. I'm gonna Command C first, and then that's right. And then, so now, right? That's huge.
That is huge, yeah.
As opposed to this. Right?
Yeah, no shit.
So just saying, man.
Wow. Okay.
This is just like step by step. I'm just trying to show you also what I'm thinking.
Right.
Too. You know, like, okay, great. We know we've chosen a chord progression. We mapped it out with, you know, roots, thirds, and fifths, la-di-da, root position, nearest inversions. Okay, add some of those low notes or whatever, whenever you want, whenever's most convenient. Then if you want the open sound, great. But if you want to go bigger, let's look at doubling and thickening the crap out of this thing. Yeah. And you can do that in a variety of different ways. And I want you to, you know, I want you to investigate and explore. I'm just giving you a couple ideas. There's no end.
Yeah, like
there's no end, man.
There is no end. And
there isn't.
Yeah, and now that I know that you can do this kind of stuff,
right?
I'll be all over that, and I'll keep trying stuff till I'm like, okay, that's the one, right?
Well, this is what I'm talking about. So you said, well, what? Okay, well, what's beyond triads? Okay, well, let's have a little looky poo. So we're still in triad land, but guess what? Step 7, we're going to add what are called 2s. So part 1, I'm just going to show you. These are our root position triads that where we started out in the beginning. I just kind of want to start from square one. This is the secret sauce, buddy. So let's look first from a root position standpoint before adding this to our huge epic chords, okay, that we were doing, the version we were just working on. But I want to start adding in what are called the 2s. So you can see the roots. Oh, yeah, little bastard. Wrong. So you go up from root, you go up 2 half steps.
Okay.
And you add that. No, to thicken it up.
Okay.
And
so
it happens to
A minor.
It's an A minor, but it's an add 2.
Okay, so this is still like the 6th as well, right?
This is the 6th minor chord, yeah. But we're now, we have those root, 3rd, and 5th, but we're adding an additional colorful note called the 2.
All right.
So this is going to thicken up the cluster. You know, it's going to become more denser, more rich, more colorful, okay? And so we could do that with all of our, every single major and minor triad, except for the 3 minor chord, okay? So when you're on that 3 minor chord, you can't add that major second, that major 2.
It would sound like crap, right?
Because it's not, it doesn't even exist in the key. There's only, and we'll get into that. But just for now, I just want you to think, you can add it to the 1, the 2, the 4, you know, the 6, or the 5, the 6. Don't even think about 7. So everything except for the 3rd and the 7th one. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So
that's good to know.
So here, because you know we're moving along, the D minor, we'll just add it here. It's a bit much. I'm gonna like show you how it sounds.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just us looking at it. Okay. Just go to the root. go up 2 half steps, and just add in another note. It's the 2. It's called adding that 2. And so the chord symbols will change as a result of this, right? So every single one of these chords. So now it's going to be an A minor add 2, a D minor add 2, a G add 2. That's what the chord symbols would be if you were a theory geek and wanted to be able to speak this language with someone who knew what the HE double hockey sticks is going on musically, theoretically speaking. That's what you would see. A minor add 2.
Right.
Okay. Or a C major add 2. G add 2. You can F add 2, but you can't do it on the 3rd, on the E minor. You can't go E minor add 2. It just doesn't exist in the key. So it would be a flat 2, because there's no. Anyways, we'll get into that. So the idea is by adding those 2s to the major, minor triads or chords, that results in that change in the corresponding chord symbol, which we just talked about. But now we have a 4-note chord. It's a denser harmony, right? So I just want to look at this from a more because we were looking at like very large, doubled, super thick, massive chord voicings. So of course we can thicken them further by adding those 2s, but I want to just first look at it from the root position standpoint. But now this is really where your triad wizard training is now really advancing. You're learning the thickening, okay? And this is like kind of some of the colors, right? This is adding to your arsenal of musical spells. This will give you access to more richer soundscapes to emotionally impact your listeners. Cool. So I want you to consider applying this to what we began before, using the triads and the nearest inversions and stuff. But first I want to because this is like going to help with you thickening stuff and make it sound more lush. Okay. Awesome. So, and there's also another little trick. It's called using a sus chord. I'm going to talk about that. And that's like,
suspended.
A suspended chord. It has no 3rd. It's just like a root, a 2, and a perfect 5th. 0, 2, 7. Okay. So what I want to do is quickly, I just kind of want to go to this. I know you don't like this view as much, but just for a second. All so right. Like for C, that's your C major, right?
Yeah.
So a C sus, or just a C major, that's a C add 2, right? That's your A minor, but let's add the 2, right? We're adding the 2 to more richer sound. Right?
Nice sound. Yeah.
Or watch this. Now we can do suspended.
Okay.
Right? Or watch this. If you're on the 1 chord and you just do a C, the 1 sus 2, I'm going to play this chord. Remember our chord progression was 6, 2, 5, 1. I'm going to just hold this pattern over top the whole thing. And my left hand is just going to do roots and 5ths.
Okay.
Oh, so I got to start on the 6 minor. 6, 2, 5, 1. So let's go. Look, it says A minor 7th with 11 in there.
Ooh.
Wow. I'm just doing this over the A.
Okay.
And then I go to the D. D7 sus 4. Right?
Oh, these are powerful chords, man.
Yeah. So I want you to like, sorry.
You were doing the root, the 5th, the suspended.
I was just doing like on the 1 chord, which is
root, yeah, suspended, the 5th.
1, 2, and 5. And I'm doing that over the whole chord.
What were you doing on the left hand?
Just the roots and the 5ths of that chord progression I just chose. The 6, 2.
I thought the C was the root though.
I'm doing the roots of the chord progression we chose, which was the 6, 2, 5, 1 chord progression.
6, 2, right?
Yeah, so we're on the 6, which is A. So we're going, instead of doing like an A minor triad.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that A root down here with its 5th.
Okay, I understand now.
Which is like my left hand. Remember, your imaginary keyboard player. You have your left hand's just doing roots and fifths. So, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing on the 6 minor, and then I'm gonna do, or it's too low, so I'll come up here, right? That's your 2 minor, just roots and fifths. My imaginary left hand, root and fifth on the 5 chord, back to the 1. But my right hand's just only gonna do this. It's this C sus2 chord over the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
Now I could go, I can invert that. I can put this one up here. Right?
Amazing.
This is like, you start, and then I could just be like, A sus2. Anyways, I could really get into some crazy fucking shit. You start superimposing this stuff over top of other shit to create this like very advanced. But I'm just giving you a teaser of
very cool
of that. Like, I haven't created an infographic slide for this. I just wanted to offer this as a secret bonus tip.
For sure, man.
To you.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
But I will create something that is going to have a visual like thing. But for now, the idea is, the main thing is adding the 2 instead of, right?
Right.
It's like a minor triad, but adding that 2 in there.
Right.
Adding the 2. Right. But doing it with inversions, right? Here's an A minor triad, but it's an inversion over the E. So here's the root. You got to go up a major second. Right?
Interesting. Yeah.
And then this is a D minor over the F, but I'm gonna put the 2 down here.
Wow.
And then
it's a really beautiful sounding chord.
And then you add in like roots. Or shit. Right? This is just adding the 2, right?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden it's you're adding depth, richness. It's sounding more fucking lush and tasty, and like you can create a denser, richer harmonic structure in your chord voicings, or you can open it up and make it more like, you know. Right?
Yeah.
Just like big roots, octaves, fifths, the 2 over here. Put the 2 in the middle down. Like, dude, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude. Or you wanted the 4 chord? Instead of doing an F major, just go roots and fifths, and like, you know, put the 2 up here. Here's the 2. Fuck, man. Now all of a sudden you got stuff that's sounding just like unbelievable. But now let's like, I just wanted to kind of blow your mind with that shit for a sec. And like, let's bring it back to here. It's just the basic root position stuff.
Right.
And it's like, so I'll go into my DAW, and we can like create something, it just like manually together. And if you want, I'll walk you through this, and you can just go ahead and do this, and it's fine. But adding the 2s is a key piece. This is, I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh yeah, I was gonna do, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna move this stuff over here again, and just I need more real estate over here. So let's create a MIDI region. Yeah, you. But yeah, we want to like create like something that's a little bit more gorgeous. We could take those original chords that we had here, right? Copy those, go back over here, and now just paste those. Now we have just a basic, you know, we're back at square one, right? but we want to take those, just go up, like just going up, man. Like, you know, if you want, we can do nearest inversions quickly, or we can add the twos right now. Whatever you want, man. Like, let's
add the twos, yeah.
let's add the twos on all these, on all of them. Like, you might not want to do this for every single thing all the time, right? Because it could be overdone. Less can be more, right? So, but watch this. Let's like maybe
let's hear this first.
Sure.
Okay, I thought it sounded a little more dissonant, but it doesn't.
No, it's great. So it's great. So we could double this, you know.
Is this like the start of jazz chords?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just wanted to kind of maximize the potential of triads, to master triads, and get the most out of them before we got into larger chord structures with 7s, 9s, 11s, and 13s.
So we're gonna get into that, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want, I could just jump into it right after this, or I could do a thing. Like, it's fine. I could actually just pull volt from here on.
You know what?
I would feel comfortable to do that. Actually, I would, from this point, I would feel comfortable for us to jump into the advanced course if you want. Yeah.
You know,
up to you. It's up to you. I could do another one of these, and I keep adding more shit, but I kind of want you to get your hands wet on the 7th chords. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like one more needs to happen. It's like, there's got to be one, like, I need you to understand the difference between major and minor.
Right.
And that's so that's like literally one more.
Okay.
And then we would dive into the 7th chords. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, cool. Because like, I'm here, like, I'm trying to be as intuitive and as like honoring your desires, what your outcomes that you really want to get out of this with me as much as possible.
Yeah, I want to learn the most I can, but I don't want to rush it too much. And if I miss some of those middle lessons, I might be, you know.
Right. So like, remember, like, when we were back here with, like, we're just doubling the fuck out of everything.
Yeah.
Remember that? This enormous monstrosity, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome, right?
Right.
But there's no twos added in there.
No.
Let's fucking add some twos in this. Okay.
Let's add some twos in the first one and the third one and see what happens.
This one?
Yeah.
We just did the simple one, or like
no, in the one you were just at.
Oh, I see. In the chords.
The first chord and the third one, just so we can see the difference.
Sure. Yeah. So, okay, so A, we found a root, right? So we could just, you know, I wouldn't. It's up to you. I want you to play around with this, right? Well, so let's
whatever you think, man.
Yeah. So
either way.
I could. I'm gonna put them sort of in the middle of the voicing, so it's kind of sandwiched in there.
Smart.
So then we're gonna find a D. There's a D up here. There's a D down here. Sorry, the first and the which one? And the third one?
Yeah, I was gonna do those ones just to see what the difference was.
Sure.
But you can do whatever you
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. So G, let's do it in the middle area. So that's here's the root. Right?
Yeah, so it'll be A, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
maybe let's do fill in the other two now.
Sure. So we got to go on the D. We got to find any root. I'm thinking lower. No. Let's go up high. This will pierce through. And here's a root here. So up 2. Okay, man. Let's have a listen and just sort of see how this one goes. Right?
So yeah, it's good. There's only a slight difference.
Yeah, it's just starting to it's thick because it's already quite thick.
Yeah, it's very you can.
So like, if we went back over to like our open voices, right?
You could hear
here, like this one. Let's check this one out, okay? Because we have different variations here, right? So this is what this sounds like. It's just quite lovely, right? Yeah. Just very open. Now let's go find roots.
But there's one thing that I learned with making music, and it's that more is always It's not always better.
Exactly. Less is actually more. So where would
Yeah.
you like to add? What do you think? Which
All of them.
chord?
Let's do
Oh,
all of them.
okay. So I'm gonna put them, kind of sandwich them down in the middle. Actually, this one could be, you know what, if we added it up top, this is actually, because here's A. Notice how it creates a minor second. These are like as close as they can get, right? That can be a very unique effect. I'll show you what that sounds like. It's very interesting.
Okay.
And also the D's way up here, so that's kind of trippy. So A and F. I'm gonna do also another, yeah, actually, so the root is up here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go up here, but I'm gonna bring it down an octave. So it's down here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And this G is down here, so I'm gonna like just, and then there's like a C, G, E, so the C. Let's bring this one up, but let's maybe bring that also an octave down. So let's see how this sounds. Right? Kind of neat, right?
To me, it's more thought provoking in some ways.
There is, especially that first chord.
Yeah. Like.
Then you got that biting minor second interval, the B and the C
Yeah.
just rubbing together
There's
like
something
that.
about it. It's
Yeah.
it's not like a sweet
Tension.
sound. It's like
It's a tension.
Yeah, tension. It's like you're thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So this is just me offering you this knowledge to now start to consider to apply it uniquely, creatively, and don't forget those sus chords. Right? Bam! So we kind of, yeah, so that was we just did part 2, right? We started thickening some of these more advanced, you know, chords up. And what I was just essentially saying was, now those are like the chord symbols you add to. And this, I'm saying here, less is more. Sometimes it's a hard lesson to learn. We could have added 2s to all the triads of chords, minus any 3 minor chord. Just like cooking, too much spice may not be so nice. You know what I mean? And so we already kind of talked about that. I have it in here.
That's what I learned. Yeah, the more I take away, the better a song can sound, for sure.
Sometimes, yeah, actually, like almost like a reverse engineering, or like a deconstruction, a decomposition, and a subtraction.
What I was doing with that wizard one that you heard, is I'd make chords not this rich, but I'd take let's say part of these chords, and then I'd bring them over to another instrument.
Right.
And so that's why it was hard showing you what chords I had, because there were,
I see, because you're spread them out.
Instruments that were playing the chords. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you, man. I think it's awesome what you're doing, what you're up to, and I'm really excited to see how you start to integrate, you know, everything. Yeah. There's one last step, brother. Like, this is it. Rhythm. So I don't know if you've ever studied rhythm so much, but it seems like you got a pretty decent handle on it.
Well, you know, I'm white, right?
You got me,
dude. I definitely need work in that department.
Well, so this is yeah, I know, I gotcha, and I think we all could benefit that, us whiteies, you know. So this is the idea here. You got a whole, you've heard of whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. You've heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are like sort of like the traditional notations symbols of that. So a whole note would just be like an open, like sort of like circle. That's a hollow circle like that. A whole note rest, that represents 4 beats in a 4/4 measure, right? And this would be a whole note rest. That's what it would be, like 4 beats. A half note would be like a whole note with that stem, right? Okay. But it's that hollow head, right? Versus the quarter note has the fully blackened head there, the black head. The eighth note has this little, right? So here it's like, this is a great little thing slide to look at, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we got half notes, 3, 4, and they got quarter notes, and got 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and or 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a, that's your 16th notes. Okay. And so that's sort of the division of what those would sort of be representing mathematically speaking. And then you have what are called dotted notes. Now a dotted, you could dot a quarter note, you could dot a half note, you could dot a whole note, you could dot an eighth note, you can dot a 16th note. It just adds another half of its value on it. So it adds 50% when you see a dotted note like that. So here's a half note, which equals 2 quarter notes, right? But if you dot a half note, it's actually now the equivalent of 3 full beats instead of 2 beats. So 50% additionally added on, right? So another half of its value. So if you dot a quarter note, so a quarter note's normally 2 eighth notes, like, right? 1 and 2 and, where you got a dotted quarter is going to actually 1 and 2 and, so it's going to be 3 eighth notes in its length. So why I'm saying this is the next part is we want to start adding some rhythms, because all we're doing here is like,
on 4 on the floor, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it says the same gosh darn thing down here, but weird. I guess I meant to change that, but so notice how every note on here is made up of whole notes, which are held for the entire duration of the bar, which is 4 beats. It's not exactly super exciting. So, I don't know why I accidentally, I forgot to fill that part in. I copied and pasted and I didn't change it when it was supposed to be added to. So, I fucked with the rhythm here. I took like something that we did, which was over here, just all whole notes, and I kind of made my own rhythm. And so
let's check it out.
If you want, do you want to see what the rhythm looks like first, or do you want to hear what it looks like first?
Just like hear it.
Let's hear it. Okay. So
yeah, for me, I feel like I do this stuff all the time, but let's check it out.
So great. So this is, yeah, I'm sure you're gonna do. So this was one of the versions I created.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Right, and so that I gotta beef this up over to here. Come on, give me some fucking beats over here, you bastard. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what it would look like. Those are dotted quarter notes with eighth notes tied. It's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. So that's like a like syncopated anticipations. Those are like 1 and 2 and on the off beats.
I know what you mean. It's a reggaeton beat.
Yeah, so it's like I was just like kind of looking at that. Like the way that you would right.
It's like the 1 and the 4 on a 16th note.
Like for me, what I would do here is like those are the whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's boring. Yeah. But down here it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and. So it's like I'm going 1 and 2 and like anticipating that third beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I was just doing, these are like, it was a little bit of a trickier rhythm. It wasn't so basic, but that's what it would like literally look like if it was all notated. Right. But it's neither here nor there. This is it. I mean, now it's like, this is level 3, man. Like you're fucking leveling up, dude. And
this is awesome, man.
I think so too.
I appreciate this course. It's freaking amazing. And also I appreciate you commenting on my songs on Facebook. Like it definitely adds to it. And
thanks, man.
Yeah, I don't look like such a loser.
Right. Right. It's like, can someone give me some recognition, please?
Well, yeah, I got 10 followers right now, so
I followed your YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah. And anytime I see any of your posts, I'm stoked to listen and check out how you're doing it, what you're doing, and I'm like, nice. You're obviously you got the music in you, and it's.
Do you perchance want to hear the latest song, or do you want to wait for it to go on Facebook?
Ooh. Well, what I was going to do right now was I was going to walk you through to get you to do this right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was gonna like literally get you to choose one of these 10.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is the number 3, 1, 5, 6, 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's every hit song chord progression.
Ah, interesting.
Have you ever seen? That's like 1,000. There's probably thousands of songs use number 3. Thousands. Really? Thousands. Every hit song uses that chord progression. 1, 5, 6, 4.
You know what? That's really good to know.
Here, let me show you something.
If I'm writing a hit song, I know what to do.
You know these guys? Can you see this? Watch this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jordan.
I'm Lee.
And we are the Axis of Awesome.
And I'm Benny.
We've been a comedy rock band for close to 40 years now, and all that time we've never had a hit.
Yeah, but you guys know why.
Why?
Because we never wrote a 4-chord song.
What's that? What's a 4-chord song, Benny?
Well, if you want all the greatest hits from the past 40 years, just use 4 chords. Same 4 chords for every song. It's dead simple to write a pop hit.
Just 4?
Yeah, these 4. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4 chords.
Sorry, let me get this straight, Chicken Little. What you're trying to say is you can take those 4 chords, repeat them, and pump out every pop song ever. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, Chicken Little.
Just listen. Do you recognize this?
Yeah, that is Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
It's a great song.
Very original.
There's a few more that fit. Check it out. My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel. Of that I'm sure.
Well, that's just 2 songs that are similar. That's
forever young.
3 songs.
I wanna be forever young. I won't hesitate no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. This is the way you left me. I'm not pretending. No love, no hope, no glory, no happy ending. 'Cause you were amazing. We did amazing things. If I could, then I would. I'd go wherever.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Look at this guy. You get the idea, right?
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's fun video.
So that's number 3, man. That's literally, if you want to know, that's what it is. So when we go back here, number 3, cool. 1, 5, 6, 4.
4. Interesting.
So it goes like 1, 5, 6.
You know what? Most of my songs were 2 and 6.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, 2 and 6.
So those are both minor chords. Yeah,
those are both like most of my songs I've been doing like that. So I'm liking all this other stuff.
Yeah, it's just like investigating, exploring other possibilities, chords, and all this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna like stop sharing. I want you to pick one. Which one you want to do? Let's just try one out. Let's just like give this a shot.
Okay. Well, not to be too boring, but let's if all the hit songs ever were written in those chords, let's see what those look like, you know?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna pass it over to you.
It must be for a reason, is what I'm trying to say.
Kind of. Well, it's just like something. There's something there. Yeah. So I'm gonna make you host.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do that in every song. I just want to see what's so great about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I never would write songs in that chord progression, and I thought, I want to give this a shot.
Wait, I don't know if I pressed the share audio or if I've done that already.
It might be already initiated, but try playing something and see what happens. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
All right. So should I delete all this and then?
Yeah, sure, if you want, and it's if you want to keep it or
Okay.
not. I mean, it's you got a project open, might as well just use it.
No. I'm good to go. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's
So
just be easy and go in the C key again.
yeah, so we got 1, 5, 6, 4. So
one. So one.
if you want to draw the new
One,
the
2,
yeah,
3, 4,
you got it.
5, 6, 7. Sorry,
It.
I'm rusty. It's been a week, right?
No, man, this is good. This is why I wanted to I want to walk you through it.
It was 1, 5.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so 5 was a 7 or something, wasn't it?
It's correct.
I think that was up here.
You bet. Yeah, you already got the 5 there. Yeah.
5 is
Is a
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, don't.
Oh
me.
yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
I like this because I don't need to see my chart. So it's 1, 5. What was the other one? 4.
6, 4.
6, 4. So I'm gonna just go here and 6. See, I can easily count because I know it's a C note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But how many is that up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. I guess. Eh?
Yep.
So it'd be up here, and then sorry, which chord is this again? 5? No,
That's
4.
your 6.
6. So that'd be a minor.
Mhm.
So 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Right.
The last one, where
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna start here just to be safe, and
Perfect.
then so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mhm.
But how many up would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's
5
correct.
Up, okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. And then 4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
5, 6, 7.
Dude, nailing it. So now I guess you could go ahead and add in the lower roots if you want, just
Or
so
we could just play it just for shits and gigs.
play it, shits and gigs.
Okay, this is gonna take forever. Maybe I'll make this a little smaller here.
Yeah, or you could just like boost up the tempo too. It's fine too.
Uh,
Well, that's easy. It's way easier to do that. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
does that look right?
Yeah, it does. It does. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah,
That's it. That's the hit song chord
that
progression.
sounds like every fucking song.
I know, right?
It's nice. It's nice though. It is nice. I like that.
so fun. So let's go start trying to transform this chord progression. So since everything's in root position, it's probably easier to find those roots to kind of put them in the lower register.
Okay.
So if you want to double those down below, you can do that now or later. That's earlier is probably easier.
Yeah, I like doing it at the beginning because
yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then
so now
what's next, El Capitan?
Well, now it's like looking at nearest inversions. How's that chord? It's kind of jumping around a bunch now, isn't it? Right.
So we can either go up. I would say go up because this guy.
Well, for me,
go down.
Well, this is my thoughts. The way it's sounding high.
Okay.
But I think it's all up to you. I want you to kind of either way. There's no wrong in terms of the taste is subjective. As long as you're like creating inversions, making them more near, like closer towards each other.
So we can bring these down.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and that's kind of nice because it fills out the gap, right?
It does fill out that gap. So you can even like, and now
this one too, maybe, yeah.
Up to you. It's because it's the same note.
Yeah, it's kind of nice if it's the same note. Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a listen. Let's maybe see what this sounds like. It'd be interesting
right.
to see what it sounds.
Okay.
That could work. Oh, try moving that top note down, like you were saying. It could be almost nice. Try it.
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see what that. Yeah.
works too. Yeah,
That could,
either,
yeah, that actually
one.
kind of sounds nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Second
if you want to keep this as a piano sound, that's great. And then like, because like obviously, if you change your sound, then you're gonna want to almost like it depend like the style of how you voice chords you may wish to change depending on the nature of the instrument. I'm saying if you had like a Rhodes or like a synth, you might. I'm just saying like for the heck of it, or like some epic like vocal patch, like even like Mystica, like you could put, you know, like or whatever, right? You know what I mean?
You want to try with strings or something?
If you want, yeah, that would be actually probably really cool. I'd be curious to hear your strings. Actually, that sounds really cool. It's a Symphony Essentials string ensemble.
So this is what I made that last song that you heard.
Oh no shit! Yeah, I want to hear your string ensembles. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so this will be the strings.
Oh, it'll be good. Yeah, a good ensemble patch. That's cool. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. Hey,
That can work. That can work. And so with strings, the key things is like modulations, like drawing in the mod wheel. So there's it's breathing, the strings. You know, that's something that never mind. That's a whole other seminar. But
no, actually, on that song that you heard, I was putting in open and close. So like as the violin is playing, like the strings going up and the strings going down. So
okay.
I was putting all that in there too.
No kidding.
Yeah,
you know, that was really cool. I really liked what you were doing in there. I was like, whoa, man, it's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, I did that one last year. But I think my songs are even more complicated now. But I was pretty proud of myself that it was like a classical song, you know, like that.
Yeah, it's like there's some. I was digging like these different elements that you were utilizing in there. I was like, well, it'd be good to like reflect on it more. And another time, but
the tricky part is making it work with dance music, like
right.
So everything fits together and stuff. But
hey, is it okay if I do this quick 30-second washroom zip in there?
For sure.
Are you down with doing something like that?
Yeah, I will. I'll do the same as well.
Just do a real quick one. It's just cause.
Yeah.
Coming up. Okay, man. I'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. See you in a sec.
Yeah. All right.
Hey.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, man.
Hey, just a side note, information you don't really need to know, but
Okay.
I got you're like, okay, I got Japanese bidets on my toilets,
No.
and yeah, every time I go to Japan, I bring one back, and
Oh,
they're the shits
oh,
tits. Just
wow, that's so funny. That's so
kidding.
funny. I've never had that experience. Yeah,
Oh
never.
my god, dude! Like I could never go back. Like I walk around all day and I feel like clean. Like
It's like all
the,
minty fresh. Be like,
dude,
ooh.
like the Western world is walking around with some sweaty ass,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Not cool.
like I feel like clean Japanese.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I think they're onto it. Like, you know what? I'm down. I'm plugging in.
dude. Once you do it, you can never go back. Like if I ever go to the washroom anywhere else, I can't wait to get home. Like.
Time for sure. It's so cool. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Hey, look, you know what I was thinking of doing? Like, you know how I was staging everything? Let's do the same thing. Let's take what you've done, like just copy the whole thing and let's like try like into a new like MIDI region. And then let's like try some other little approaches so you're seeing the progression of what you're doing. Or like the next, like, yeah.
Okay.
Um
Um.
yeah, so like
What
or like
instrument?
on the same channel.
Oh, on the next. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I
so
know
it's
what
like
you
you
mean.
sequentially kind of like looking at like what did you do and then what did you
Oh
change,
yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
because there's some different things that we can play with, like, hey, for example, now that it's we just got the roots, we've got these chords, right? We don't have to do everything in that order. Those are just suggestions. So remember when I was telling you about adding the twos?
Right. Okay. Wait. So what did we do in this first one? We brought the root note down, and then we did an inversion, right?
Yeah, we did we inverted that one twice.
Yeah, we inverted this one and these two, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the second one and
But the
the fourth
third.
one.
Okay, and the fourth. I think we did this one too, didn't we, or no?
Mm.
Maybe not.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did the third one too. Yeah, that
Okay.
one's inverted as well. That
All
one's
right.
just, that's A over E. I know the
Okay.
A is still down in the root, but the E, the fifth, is up
Okay.
there. So
Yeah.
yeah. So what I was thinking was like, why don't you try playing around with some of the twos, adding in like in this closed kind of more simple like position. Like
Okay. So this
that,
is the one, right?
yeah,
So we'll go up there,
yeah.
and then you want two in all of them, or just the?
Well, whatever you do, like sometimes less is more, hey? So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. Up
This
to
one,
you.
I forget what's the root note now.
That's it. So
This was
the
a
the
five,
root the
right?
root note is already on the bottom, right? So check them
Ah,
out.
you're right. A. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why so now you can go, add 1 2 up and then bump it up an octave or whatever. Leave it down there. That could be actually really interesting to see how it sounds down there. So you got the first and this and
Yeah.
this and the second chord.
And the third.
Or sorry, the third.
Yeah. Yeah. First and third.
So
Okay. Well, let's hear that and see what happens then, I guess.
it's actually, it sounds
really
like
nice, man.
pretty fucking
Really nice. Holy
pretty
shit.
pretty taste. So now this is, dude, now I'm getting goosebumps. Just like, this is now in your arsenal.
I know this is next level, dude.
So like you're gonna be like, you can start doing arpeggios and ostinatos that are like triads with added twos that are like repetitive figures that are a bit more complex and darker, more color.
Check this out with with the flutes. Let's just see what happens.
Oh, your strings.
What's that?
Your strings are still playing too, though.
Yeah, I was trying to play both.
Oh, I see. They're both so loud. I would bring them down a bit, like.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice, dude. So this is like the beginning of your hit song.
Right? I know.
I like putting the twos down lower sometimes. Like it's there's so many voicing techniques I want to show you, man. It's crazy. I almost want to do an entire class on just all my favorite voicings, my favorite major chord voicings, and I'll do a course on just all my favorite.
What is a voicing again? I don't even...
It's like a way to structure a chord.
Okay, see that it's I don't just, even know. Yeah.
Yeah, so like chord voicings, like very complex, very different ways of combining the intervals in it into a chord voicing. They're very unique voicings. It's just it's a term synonymous with chord. Yeah, there's chords and there's voicings. So it's like if you think about it, it's the multiples. Harmony exists when there's more than one note playing at the same time. And there's either there's consonance or some dissonance or within that, which can be both beautiful. The dissonance can be very, very gorgeous too. And the tension release of all that. So this is like really cool. So now you can look at doubling the crap out of this. You can look at opening it up. You can look at, opening it up and then thickening it. You know what I mean? Like
let's try doubling it up.
Sure.
So I don't know, maybe just the top three, I guess. And then see what that sounds like, I guess.
Yeah. Right? Dude, you're doing this thing.
Try it with the flutes now. Oh yeah,
dude, man. So like you're pretty much like you're mastering what I'm telling you. So I mean, there's like all those ways you just full on doubling it. Now you can actually go, because you've now made a very large sort of like wall of sound. You can start to consider thickening the lower register. So now take this whole thing, copy it, and then let's do another version and just let's fatten out the bottom end so it sounds enormous, because you've got a really good higher register happening, but your lower register could use some fattening up.
See, yeah, it's good to know.
So just take all those roots and bring them all the way down.
Okay, so copy them or just shift them down?
I would do like double them down. So whatever that is. Yeah, okay, like leave those there. And then whichever, because I know there's so many ways to skin a cat here,
Right.
And so now, as you can see, there's some gaps, right? So you can start to fatten them up with fifths, right?
Yeah, that's that's what I've been trying to do since I was a teenager, is fill gaps.
Just fill the gaps. I know, man. I get
you. I'm just being dirty here.
I know, man. But I'm with you. I get it, man. Like, it's all about filling the gaps.
You laugh at all the bad jokes, and that's why I like working with you, man.
I'm loving this. This is good, man. So yeah, so like fatten it up, man. It's like this will be.
So let's bring this down.
Well, no.
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
Okay, so yeah.
But that could totally work. I'm just like specifically thinking about that. That's actually a good idea. That's the third though. Like I was thinking about fattening it up with the fifths, because you got some gaps in it.
I was just picking random shit. I'm getting lost here.
But if you do fifths too low with the strings, it can get muddy. But just keep in mind, just try stuff out. But like you've already got those. You've doubled those lower notes. Let's see what this sounds like first, maybe.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Right? Now you could.
You know what? I might have to do a whole symphony album now.
Dude. Right? So this is like, this gets cool. So a whole nother approach, because you pretty much mastered. Like the only thing I would potentially consider doing here would be adding some fifths in the bottom register if you want it to fully fatten.
Yeah.
And then I want to show you another technique for the secret trick I was telling you about, the suspended chords and superimposing that over everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So these are the ones.
That's the
No, like sorry. The first one is a 1 chord is what I'm trying to say. So
yeah,
the
yes,
fifth,
yes.
The 5th would be the G.
Yeah.
So we'll bring that down, right?
Sure. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
trying to fill in the gaps, and then this
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a 6, was it?
That's your 5 chord. One.
This is a 5.
That's your
So
G.
it starts with a G.
Mm-hmm.
So the 5th on G is that a D or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's try to bring
Exactly what it is. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a good guess.
But double it. Now you got a big gap up there. Yeah, I know. I do that all the time.
Okay, D and D.
D&D. Yo,
Dungeons
level
and
up.
Dragons?
This guy's leveling it up hard. So yeah.
That's what happened when I rolled my 20-sided die.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a loser, right?
Oh my god, yeah, totally. Oh geez. So yeah, now you're on the 6th chord. So A, perfect 5th above that, 7.5 steps up would be the E.
E. Okay.
And then
So
your F.
4, right?
That's your 4 chord, 100%, brother.
And then is it start with an F on the 4? I'm lost here.
Yeah, the 4 chord is the F chord.
Okay, so C would be.
You betcha. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be my only recommendation. Now let's have a quick little listen to that and see how. See how it's,
bring both there. So
sure, if you want, yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Pretty next level, dude. Like, holy smokes.
Right. If you compare that to the first one we did, which is root positions, like.
Right.
Hello. Right. Now you're using inversions. You're doubling. You're thickening. You're adding. The 2s. Like, man, this is next. This is officially next level. This is officially next level. So the most next level thing, which I didn't like illustrate visually with slides, was, remember I was telling you about the sus2, the suspended chord, and how you if you do so, because we're in the key of C, if you superimpose and just hold a C sus2 over all those chords, never mind all that busy fancy stuff you're doing up top. Okay. Like let's just like literally
on the very top. Okay.
No, I mean like no, I mean like do a whole new like a completely different variation.
Okay.
So like create a new MIDI region, like even take the first one over, and if you want, what you can do is open that up. And so take that first chord. Yeah. And so notice how it says C, E, G, it's a 1, 3, 5. Make it a 1, 2, 5. The first chord. No, the first. Yeah. No, keep that 1. You need the 1. Okay. And then
so get rid of the 3 and bring that down.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's make it a sus.
Okay.
So you can make these all sus if you want.
Okay.
Which makes this will be an experiment.
So this would be to there.
That's the G. Let me see. That was the 5 chord. No, you need that. Where was that before?
It was right here.
So it's a G.
Oh, so G. Sorry, this would be an A.
So you need that B. Is the 3rd. Yeah, you need an A. So the 3rd up top, because you can't have a 3rd.
Oh yeah, because we flipped this, so this is what.
Yeah, exactly. It's an inversion. Yeah, it's already in an inversion.
So I'm gonna bring that back down just because it's confusing me a bit.
Oh no, but it was there. It was there.
Oh.
That's the problem, because like it was just over its 5th. So the D is
either way, it's going to be an A in there.
Yeah. So you just the suspended chords
bring this B down to
down. Yeah. So this is so you can hear what it sounds like. I want you to see and hear just what sus chords sound like, and try to do the same thing with that A. So the A is if you find the A and then up there.
And then so bring the C down.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the F, same thing. Then you gotta look at for the 3rd, find that major 3rd, and bring it down to the major second. Yeah. So let's have a listen to this. It's going to be a much different sound.
Okay, I'll bring it. I like playing both these instruments.
Sure.
It's pretty
Yeah.
Next level. Yeah, it's a
Right.
little more. Let's hear it with just the first one again.
Yeah. So
That's like I think
it's
almost night and day. Like
they're very different, right?
of like the feeling is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
So now take this whole thing, copy it, paste it, and I want to show you a completely different approach. Yeah. And then what we're gonna do is remember I was saying it's just super. So all those three notes on the second, the third, and the fourth chord, get rid of all those top three notes of the second, third, and the fourth chord. Just like all the notes, except for the roots.
Oh.
Make all of the whole chords. Just leave the bottom root notes.
Oh, all of these?
Yeah, exactly. So what we want to do is we just want to use the first sus chord over all of those.
Ah.
So like you could just drag them. Yeah. So you'll just see how it sounds.
Interesting. This is crazy. Okay.
So you're just superimposing this C sus2 chord over the entire chord progression. It's like, imagine if it was hovering underneath. So, but you got to do with all the rest of the notes.
Okay. Well, like I could play this right now. Just
no. It's open it back up.
Yeah.
Sorry, just what we got to drag all the rest of those other notes.
Okay.
So you see what I mean? Like the.
Oh, so put them all back.
No. Like, see this on the first chord.
Yeah.
We need all those, the C, the D, and the G, all extended.
Oh, okay. I see.
So just kind of holding. No, you don't need that one. No, not the C. Just the top. Just the top sus2. Sorry. Just the top. Yeah, those top three notes need to be held over the whole thing.
So this one?
Yep. And just the whole thing. Yeah, just that first chord is being held over the rest of the entire chord progression. So now what I would do is just thicken out the bottom end, double all those octaves lower,
okay,
and add fifths down below.
Okay.
And I want you to see what I'm talking about.
So that would be the.
No, that's a fourth. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, fifth is the 7. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, totally. So now this is. So just play this. You'll just.
We already know it's gonna sound good because Sasha's behind this.
Well.
Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Right.
Pretty good.
And so what you can do is when you're on the 5 chord. So the second chord. So notice how that C. Here, can I wait 1 second. Where did that option go where I was able to get into your, remember I was able to get into your computer and stuff and able to do stuff?
Yeah, I remember that.
Fuck, and like I don't know where that went, but
you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, I can't see, like, so anyhow, this would be really handy right now, but I just want to try one more thing. View options, request remote control. Can I try this for a second?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's start. Okay, cool. So here we are. Huh. Okay, so I was able to, okay. So I need to get this note for a second. Oh, come on, come here. Oh, why is it not giving me the, So we want to hold that C over the whole thing, except for this G chord. I want to just dip down to the B chord, to the G, the major third. So like, oh, wait, what's going on? Sorry, I guess I don't know the.
Do you have a Mac or do you have a PC?
I have a Mac.
That's why, because you're doing the Mac
shortcuts.
Shortcuts. It's a PC's
right, right. So okay, I'll put that back. I want to get a B note here, just temporarily. Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! You can just click it. Oh,
yeah,
bastard. Yeah, and then just have this. Oh no, I don't. I want. There's a delay. There's a latency too. So So there's
yeah, that's tough for sure.
Is it doing it? No, it's not doing it. I just want to drag that C. Anyways, I'll just do it. Fucking whatever.
Sure.
So now, just temporarily, when we get to the 5 chord, hit the 3, because this would normally be, because we want that 3, like, just to see what this sounds like, just temporarily.
Okay. Are you playing it or am I?
Oh, let me see. I don't know if I could even hear the B.
No, it's very subtle.
Yeah. Anyways, but this idea is like where you can start to superimpose stuff like that for that one sus chord. I just wanted to give you some little other options, like other things that you can play around with.
Nice to add more stuff into the pot.
And I can deep dive into that, of course.
Yeah.
And go further into like these ways of doing those kinds of chord voicings. But ultimately what you've got out of here is now you know how to thicken the crap out of something. You already know how to invert stuff, make it smoother, open it up, make it more open if you want, or now you can thicken it up quite a bit and adding those twos in there, or just superimposing a sus chord over the chord progression and maybe moving it once in a while so it's kind of less movement.
Right.
But you can transform all these things into arpeggios.
Yeah.
Like these can be really more complex arpeggios that are in inversions, like an ostinato. You know what an ostinato is?
No.
It's a repetitive figure that's just superimposed over different chords. It's the same pattern, just moved over. It's like a bass line. Bum 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 boom bum 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 bum. That's called like that's like that bass line is called an ostinato, and then it moves bum 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 bum. It's just it's the exact same intervals, just moved into a different key. So that ostinato, that's a pattern. It's a repetitive pattern that's usually used underneath or within or over top of something to add more kind of like energy and movement.
Right. I use that all the time. I just don't know what it's called.
So I know you're doing it. So that's what it would be called, an ostinato.
Yeah. Okay.
But dude, like right now, if we just scroll back, I mean, you've got variations here. You can now make way huger sounding chords and progressions.
Yeah, this is amazing, man.
You got options. You can, like, if you want it to be a bit more clustered and more kind of like chill.
Yeah.
Right. Or you can have it more open and kind of spacious, or you can just have it fucking thick, huge, massive, and epic.
I'm gonna do some crazy chord songs now for sure.
Yeah, man. And start to play with the rhythm of it. Obviously, we weren't playing around with the rhythm too much, but that's that's cool. No worries. I'm gonna stop remote control, and then I'm just gonna go back into just to tie things up. Broseph, I'm gonna just reclaim host here, and then hello. Oh, okay, and then so this is it, man. Like you're doing the things, and it's like so cool. So what we chose the number 3, the hit song chord progression. Like, you did it, man. You created the hit song chord progression.
That's awesome.
So I would really love for you. I know, like, I appreciate if you're too busy, but it's all like you get what you put into this, and but you're getting it. Like, you see what to do here, and hopefully these slides. I just want to like acknowledge you, man. Like you've leveled up. man. Like you are officially leveling up. You are mastering how to create smoother harmonic movement with your chord progressions in the top line, and you've now learned how to produce huge, fat, epic sounding chord progressions. And if you just kind of like follow these steps, you can like pick and choose. If you don't want it huge and fat and epic, no problem, right? But if you do,
as long as you know that it's there,
yeah, it's now within your grasp to consciously do that. And so fucking congratulations, man. That's our
Thanks,
session.
Man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what? Like doing our class together, I wasn't sure what I was gonna expect, but I'd say this is like better than I even would have expected, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious. This is fucking awesome.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me feel so good. I'm
Yeah.
like, more red pills. You know, you are red. Oh, I gotta change that. You are now ready for level 4. Oh, I missed another little thing. More things.
Cool. Awesome, dude.
But this is good, man.
I liked your I liked your idea of doing one more of these and then moving on to some like advanced stuff.
Yeah, we will. So it's gonna take, like, honestly, this takes at least about 10 hours to put together, you know, each one of these.
Yeah. And I can't wait to get into jazz chords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's because man, that's just like so cool. I always wondered, I've been wondering for the last few years, like, what the fuck is a jazz chord? How do I do it?
Right.
You know?
Right.
I want to know the science behind it, man.
I wish I had your video up, your face on you, because like I would like to record a snippet of your audio testimony of like live. You're like, dude, like this is better than I expected. It'd be nice to see your mug.
I know. I wish I looked for that like the USB camera. Maybe I can grab another one at Walmart or something. But
yeah, no worries. Either way, like we're getting her done, and you know, it's I just like, I got a lot happening here, but I'm just gonna, obviously I got to put my nose to the grindstone to create the next level for you, and I got a good portion of it pretty mapped out. I mean, there's so much I can do, but now I have a pretty good handle on it. So I'm thinking if we could touch base in the next couple of days to firm up our next time.
Okay.
And then give me a better sense of when I can have, you know, everything properly ready in terms of all the graphics done and all this, the slides and stuff. But
right. And I'm sure you've talked with Yo, but I'm sure you heard that he's going to be here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. That's maybe why you're trying to get the car. Maybe go grab him, maybe, or.
Well, no, like my last car got written off, so I had to get one anyways. But yeah, we'll be stuck in this town unless we can get a car to move around and stuff. So,
right.
Like, I got my truck, but it's not. I don't know if I trust it on the highway anymore. It's an older truck, and you know, just in case.
That's awesome. Well, no, I got you, man. I hope that I'm sure you'll find the perfect fit, and the right thing will come your way. But on this note, I'm just gonna do one of these real quick. I'm just gonna stop the recording because we did it.